Hey there. So you're falling into the soft category. You feel like you're not crazy overweight, but you do have some flab or some soft areas, maybe around your lower stomach or your love handles or maybe just the back of your arms. And you just want that soft looking appearance to be gone so that you can start looking toned, hard, athletic, muscular, whatever you want to call it. And that people look at you and that you take care of yourself. Now, I'm going to give you 3 simple fixes that you can implement into your life, and you will start seeing results as soon as the next 7 to 10 days. I'm going to show you how to do this without starving yourself and without killing yourself on cardio. Now, you may be sitting there and wondering, how exactly do I know how to do this? Now, I've helped hundreds of women across the globe go from that soft-looking physique to that athletic, toned physique that they're so desperately wanting. And so that they can look good in their clothes, in a bikini, or just when they're out with their friends. My name is Coach Bryce. I have a bachelor's degree in exercise physiology. I am a NASM certified personal trainer and currently in the #1 doctoral program of physical therapy and biokinesiology at USC. I've been coaching online now for over 3 years, and believe it or not, I myself was over 350 pounds at one point. I've helped hundreds of people across the globe of all shapes and sizes, all different goals and different diet restrictions, and they all use these 3 tips that I am going to tell you today. It's become all too common for women and people just in general that they think that if they just put in less calories or in a calorie deficit, eating less calories than they burn, that they're going to lose fat and end up looking muscular, toned, athletic. But you can't just keep bringing that food down. Even though it is true to a certain extent, calories in versus calories out, the main thing you have to do is you have to stop starving yourself. You have to understand that your body is like a furnace. And so you can't expect a furnace to just run indefinitely. You need to put wood on the fire. Once that's burned up, there's nothing left to fuel the furnace. Your body and your metabolism are the same way. You're putting your body into doing what it's supposed to do. Now, when you take that calorie deficit too far, you're not getting the essential macronutrients or proteins, fats, and carbs, not to mention a bunch of micronutrients you need as well for your body, and your metabolism shuts down due to inappropriate nutrients. Your metabolism shuts down and due to it not having sufficient nutrients, and it starts to burn muscle for fuel because it's normally going to burn your foods, but since you're not eating enough, your body panics and it goes to the muscle. The second reason is because it's eating the muscle, and this is called starvation mode. You're now storing those extra calories from the food that you are eating, and it's getting stored directly as fat because your body thinks it's in starvation mode, so it's saving that fat for later use. The best way that I can tell you to fix this is pay attention to meal frequency. And what I mean by this is pay attention to the frequency in which your foods that you eat throughout the day. It's all too common for women who want to lose weight or that soft layer to think, I'll just eat less and less often and then I'll be able to get to my goal. Most people end up shifting to less meals, and thus you end up maybe getting 2 meals a day. And so you're undernutrition for the entire day. But you're also not getting enough nutrients and lacking the sufficient nutrients because at this point, you're just eating whatever you can to keep your calories down, hoping that you're going to lose weight. Your body is going to start eating that muscle and storing that fat because you're in starvation mode. And remember, muscle weighs more than fat. So in order to keep moving down on the scale, eventually you're going to need to have sufficient nutrients. So initially you're going to think that the scale is going down And you're going to keep doing that because the scale will be going down, but a lot of it will be your lean mass, not fat mass. And so losing muscle, your metabolism shuts down. So now you're not losing any more body fat and you're losing muscle, and you feel miserable, you feel like crap, and you want some food like a normal person. So you start eating again like a normal person. But now you've destroyed your metabolism by not eating so long and being in such a calorie deficit. So now you're going to go into what's called the yo-yo effect, and you're actually going to gain back a lot of that weight and maybe even more. So best way to combat this is pay attention to meal frequency. A good rule of thumb to follow throughout the day is typically, I tell my clients to eat every 2 to 3 hours. And if you do this, you're going to be doing what's called the thermic effect of food. You're going to keep your body running efficiently because you're stoking the fire. This way you won't be storing that extra fat, and you will actually be burning fat. So you don't want to let your body think it's in starvation mode, because when you do, your body is going to take all that necessary steps that it possibly can to assure that you don't not starve and die. That's really what the body is doing there. I've told you that the most important thing to do here is meal frequency. Now you're probably sitting there thinking, what do I have to eat? Well, I can't go into that all right now through this quick video. I will get into a little bit of that later, but a general rule of thumb is to apply that 2 to 3 hour principle. You want to make those meals high protein, moderate to high carbs, and moderate to low fats. Just like I said, general rule of thumb though. So if you're someone who's got a little more softness to lose and you're already a little more on the toner side, I would say keep those meals at higher protein, moderate carbs, and lower fat. If you're someone who feels like you're really on the soft side and you've got a long way to go, then I suggest you stick to a more high protein, moderate carbs, and more a mid-level fat to keep you satiated. Second thing that I want to do is dive into the information. I understand that it's a lot here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going into why you want to eat your fats. You want to eat and utilize your fats. Yes, I know fat sounds bad, but you want your good dietary fats is what I'm talking about, not your pizza, your ice cream, anything like that. You want to go into your avocados, your olive oil, salmon, whole eggs. These are what's responsible for your vitamin and mineral absorption in your body. And these dietary fats help absorb those essential vitamins and minerals that you get from, let's say, your multivitamin. If you're not on one, I highly recommend that you get a multivitamin. It's something that I recommend to all my clients. If you're not eating these dietary fats, your body can't properly absorb all the nutrients that you're trying to put in. And therefore, you are not going to feel your best. You're definitely not going to be performing at your best in the gym, which means in turn, you're not going to be able to work out as hard or perform in any athletic-based activity. So in order to maximize your fat burn, we want to make sure that you are performing absolute best that you can. The other function of these dietary fats is that when they activate fat burning pathways in your liver. And with that being said, this actually helps break down the extra fats that you are storing in your body, introducing healthy fats into your diet so that when you do, you are actually eating the foods that are going to help you get rid of that fat. A couple examples of the foods that I would want you to start incorporating in your diet would be avocado, guacamole, whole eggs, steak, salmon, chicken. So you can start incorporating some of these foods with healthy dietary fats to help you break down that unwanted fat on your stomach or your love handles or on the back of your arms. Also make sure you pay attention to calorie density, the foods that you're eating, and so that you can pretty simply just Google on the internet, and this will help you pay attention to the foods that you're selecting. You want these to have healthy dietary fats because they're more calorie dense, but don't let that fool you into thinking that they're not absolutely essential for breaking down all that unwanted fat. that you're trying to get rid of. The thing I want to tell you today is probably my favorite thing I think you'll like, because everybody hates cardio. And so do I. It's exhausting, and I'm going to teach you how to do it more efficiently and to get the most bang for your buck. So what you're going to do is you're going to do incline walking. That's what I prescribe to most of my clients. Start off with 20-25 minutes. This is you want to do at a 15-point incline, 2.7 to 3.3 miles an hour. This is going to put you into fat burning cardio. This is how I maintained my muscle while losing 100 pounds of pure fat when I first started dieting and getting that weight off. So you want to do that for 20 to 25 minutes, and the reason why you do that is because with that type of cardio, you're working at a higher intensity than just regular walking because you're at an incline, but this also helps burn fat and preserve lean muscle mass while you're on the cardio machine. And this way you can target more fat than relying on carbs, because you are at a lower intensity than doing, let's say, sprinting or running. Now, what I want to do now is make sure that you took down some notes here, and hopefully you got something out of this, but I'm going to offer now the opportunity to get coached by me, where I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to eat, when you need to eat it, what supplements to take. You get unlimited contact with me, and I don't use any helpers. I don't use any assistance of anything. I keep a clean line of communication between myself and my clients, and I want you to take this time to fill out the survey, and let's see if maybe I can help you attain those goals. Have a nice day, and thanks for listening.